This is Shawn Green. Thanks for tuning in to the Online Zone on Card Player TV. This is the Online Poker Weekend Recap. This weekend saw two huge events and two huge winners at Pokerstars and Full Tilt. The weekend also saw the successful continuation of Pokerstars' two newest events, the Sunday 100 Grand and the High Stakes Showdown, one of which made history, again. In addition to all of that, the tournaments at Ultimate Bet and Bodog saw bigger fields than they'd been seeing recently. Needless to say, this weekend was an altogether huge one for online poker. The event at Full Tilt was so huge that it deserves equal time with the Sunday Million, so I'll be covering the elimination hands of both of those events. But first, let's take a look at the Sunday Million. The Sunday Million had 7,054 entrants and a prize pool of almost $1,411,000. Notable internet pro Adam Junglin was at the final table, playing as A. Junglin 7, and the first place finisher stood to earn almost $200,000. Let's take a look at the elimination hands to see how Junglin fared and to see who earned the top prize. In the first elimination hand, CSTU 82 pushed all-in pre-flop with pocket nines and was called by Vuwati with ace-queen suited. Both an ace and queen came on the flop, and then another queen came on the turn for an overkill full house to put CSTU 82 out in 9th place. M. Peter Ox was the next to go when he re-raised all-in and was called by Fishlist Net. M. Peter Ox's ace-queen was dominated by Fishlist Net's Big Slick suited as the board completely bricked out. M. Peter Ox finished in 8th place. Trilep hit the rail when he called all-in pre-flop with ace-4 of hearts and went up against Fishless Net's pocket jacks. Fishless Net hit a set of jacks on the flop and completed a full house on the turn to beat out Trilep's trip aces. Trilep left the table in 7th place. Minister Borg went down to the fell just 3 minutes later when he pushed all-in with King-9 suited and was called by A. Junglin 7 with pocket 5s. The 5s held up and Minister Borg was assimilated to the rail in 6th place. AK for Life 82 then got severely short-stacked and pushed pre-flop. He was called by both Kingswired and Fishless Net, who both checked it down to the river. Fishless Net's ace-queen suited for just ace-high was enough to cause both players to muck, with AK for Life 82 mucking himself out in 5th place. Kingswired then pushed all-in with pocket 10s and Fishless Net called all-in with a dominating pocket queens. The queens held up and Kingswired was crippled in the hand. He went out 4 minutes later when he pushed all-in with Queen 7 and was called by A. Junglin 7 with Ace 9. A. Junglin's Ace 9 held up unimproved aside from the board pairing, and Kingswired was out in 4th place. A. Junglin 7 was a huge chip leader at this point with $41 million compared to Fishless Net's 2nd place with $17 million. A. Junglin 7 further increased his lead with the next elimination hand. Fishless Net raised pre-flop, A. Junglin 7 re-raised all-in, and Fishless Net called and showed Ace-King. He was dominating A. Junglin 7's Ace-8 suited, but the flop brought an 8 to give A. Junglin 7 the lead, and it was all over for Fishless Net, who finished the tournament in 3rd place. The heads-up match lasted just 3 minutes. In the final hand, Vuwati got all-in on a board of Ace-7-7-2 with 2 spades, and A. Junglin 7 called and showed a slow-played pocket aces for a full house. Vuwati was drawing dead with his Queen 2 of spades and was out in 2nd place. Adam A. Junglin 7 Junglin earned the full $198,923 payday for his 1st place finish. And now for the big $1 million guarantee over at Full Tilt. The tournament had a $500 buy-in and attracted 2,321 entrants, which generated a prize pool of almost $1.2 million. The 1st place finisher of the event actually stood to earn more than that of the Sunday Million at Pokerstars. 1st place here was guaranteed almost $213,000. More than a few notable players were at the table, including Chad JSE Batista, better known as Making Moves or Little Hold'em 954. Also at the table was Kevin Stamdog Stammen, Adam Vic 12 Beck, and prominent internet pro RK Ruwak. Here's a look at the elimination hands to see how they all fared. In the first, Reich went out when he pushed all-in with an open-end straight draw and was called by JSE 81 with pocket queens. The straight never came and Reich was out in 9th place. Stamdog went out next when he pushed all-in with pocket 9s and was called by JSE 81 with ace 10. JSE 81 spiked a 10 on the flop to take Stamdog out in 8th place. In the next elimination hand, Svenes Kumpa went all-in with pocket 10s and was called by William's dad, who showed ace-jack. Another race was won by a slight underdog when a jack hit the flop, and Svenes Kumpa hit the virtual rail in 7th place. R.K. Ruock then pushed all in with his short stock with pocket fives and ran headfirst into Williams' dad's pocket aces. Another ace on the flop all but secured Williams' dad's victory, and a blank on the turn sent R.K. Ruock out in 6th place. Sir Silvermax was the next player eliminated when he pushed his short stack in on the button and was called by Williams' dad, who held ace-4 of hearts. Sir Silvermax held the queen 10 and both players completed a flush by the river, but Williams' dad's ace-high flush was enough to oust Sir Silvermax in 5th place. Skill Game then went out in 4th place when he pushed all in on an all-diamond flop of Jack 10-9, and Williams' dad called and showed pocket 8s with the diamond for a straight flush draw. Skill Game had just queen high, but the higher straight flush draw with the queen of diamonds. The river brought a queen to give Williams' dad a straight and send Skill Game packing in 4th place. Williams' dad held a good-sized chip lead, but JSE81 siphoned off more than a few chips when Williams' dad pushed all in on an ace-high flop with ace-3, and JSE81 called and showed ace-jack. The jack kicker played, and JSE81 doubled up to become the new chip leader and leave Williams' dad hurting. Williams' dad became even more crippled soon thereafter when he got all in on an ace-high all-diamond flop and was called by Vix12, who showed pocket aces for a set. Williams' dad held king-queen with the diamond, but the turn paired the board and he was drawing dead and left with less than 3 big blinds in his stack. He went all in the very next hand and was called by both opponents. They checked it down to the river and JSE81 showed a pair of queens to eliminate Williams' dad in 3rd place. The final hand was just 2 minutes later. JSE81 got all in on a board of ace-7-5-4 and Vix12 called all in after much thought and showed 9-6 for an open-end straight draw. JSE81 held ace-7 for 2 pair and the river was a blank. Vix12 was out in 2nd place and Chad JSE81 Batista took home the huge $213,000 first place prize. Now let's take a look at the Ultimate Bet Tournament. The Ultimate Bet $200,000 guaranteed tournament had 998 entrants on Sunday, just 12 entrants shy of breaking its own record. The tournament required an infinitesimal overlay of only $400. 2 internet pros with potty humor names, Faraj the Toilet Jocka and Wade Soggy Vag Wolfell, were at the final table. The Toilet eventually finished in 5th place, while Soggy Vag went on to win the entire tournament after a heads-up match versus McNallyville. He earned $45,000 for his victory. The Bodog $100,000 guarantee saw an increased attendance as well when 903 entrants bought in for a shot at the $25,000 top prize. The tournament required a $9,700 overlay. Gusev was the eventual winner of the tournament when he bested JW71 in a heads-up match after being an almost 2-to-1 chip disadvantage. The Pokerstars Sunday 100 Grand made history again this weekend when 17,501 entrants bought into the tournament for $11 apiece, making it the biggest real money tournament of all time by number of entrants. Now this record is likely to stick for a while as well, since the tournament is technically capped at 17,500. How that extra entrant got registered this Sunday is anyone's guess. Probably a bug of some sort that's unlikely to happen again, meaning this weekend will likely mismatching the record by 1 entrant. K-Ness Cadet won the event, earning more than $19,000 for his finish. Finally, Sorel Imperium Mitzi, the current leader on the Online Player of the Year leaderboard, further proved that he deserves to be there when he won the $10,300 buy-in high-stakes showdown heads-up no-limit tournament on Sunday. He beat out fellow OPOY top fiver Andy McLeod on his way to the final match. In that match, he bested a perfect gent to snag the $72,000 first place prize. He didn't earn any OPOY points for the win, but he certainly earned even more respect from the online poker community. That's all for this week. Good luck on the digital felts, and thanks for tuning in to the Online Zone on Card Player TV.